It was a quiet morning in the ancient city of Jerusalem. People hurried about their day as the market woke with shouts and laughter. Among them walked a certain lawyer, known for his keen intellect and endless questions. On this day, driven by both curiosity and an eagerness to challenge, he approached a respected teacher, Jesus of Nazareth. "Teacher," the lawyer asked, "what must I do to inherit eternal life?" Jesus fixed him with a steady gaze and replied, "What is written in the law? How do you read it?" Without hesitation, the lawyer answered, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your strength, and all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself." Jesus nodded, warm approval in his eyes. "You have answered correctly. Do this, and you will live." Yet the lawyer, wishing to justify himself further, pressed on, "But who is my neighbor?" To answer, Jesus invited his listeners into a story. Once upon the snaking road from Jerusalem to Jericho, a path treacherous and notorious for its thieves, a Jewish man traveled alone. The sun was blazing, and the journey was perilous. As he walked, shadows flickered from the rocks. Bandits, in a violent attack, they stripped him of his clothing, beat him, and left him half dead beneath the unforgiving sky. Time crawled by. His blood dried in the dust. Pain pulsed through his battered body, and hope seemed to slip away. But at a distance, footsteps echoed. A priest was coming down the road, a man devoted to the service of God. Surely, help had arrived. The priest saw the man lying in the dirt, but rather than drawing near, he crossed to the other side of the road and walked on, his robe fluttering in the wind. Soon afterward, a Levite appeared, one who worked in the temple and knew well the commandments of mercy. He looked at the wounded figure, but, too, stepped away, passing by in haste. As silence settled once more, another set of footsteps approached. This time, it was a Samaritan, a traveler from a people looked down upon by the Jews, despised for religious differences and ancient grudges. Normally, they would never speak. Yet, when the Samaritan saw the injured man, his heart filled with compassion. He knelt beside him, gently cleaned his wounds with oil and wine from his own pack, and wrapped them with strips of cloth. With great effort, he lifted the man onto his own donkey and walked beside them down the hot, stony road. They arrived at a small roadside inn as the sun began to set. The Samaritan cared for the man through the night, and, as dawn painted the sky, pressed 2 silver coins into the innkeeper's hand. "Take care of him," the Samaritan instructed, "and when I return, I will reimburse you for any extra expense." Finishing the tale, Jesus' voice was gentle but clear. He asked the lawyer, "Which of these 3 do you think was a neighbor to the man who fell into the hands of robbers?" The lawyer's answer came with humility, "The one who showed mercy." Jesus offered a simple, life-changing reply, "Go and do likewise." As the crowd around Jesus mulled over his words, the world felt changed. In this story, it was not shared heritage, status, or knowledge that made a neighbor, but compassion, mercy even for those who were different or strangers, compassion that crossed boundaries and broke long-standing barriers. The lawyer walked away thoughtfully, his heart stirred with possibility. Later, inspired by what he had heard, he found moments in his life to set aside pride and prejudice, offering kindness to those he once overlooked. And in the years that followed, the simple power of the story traveled from city to city and heart to heart. Acts of kindness rippled through communities, and the meaning of being a neighbor grew richer, deeper, and more real with every retelling.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoy the story, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe to our channel for more interesting Bible stories like this.